Okay, guys. Just want to make a short video today. Don't need to take long at all. Just wanted to get the Pittsburgh Steelers, Minnesota Vikings reaction. Um, so Vikings were able to come out on top, which is I'm very proud of them. Even though a lot of people were disappointed, including myself a little bit, just because we had, let's see, I'm looking at the score right now, 17-27. We had a 23-point lead in the first half. Um, the Steelers didn't score at all. So we were able to um, keep the Steelers from scoring at all in the first half. It was 23-0, and somehow the game ended up being an 8-point game towards the end of the game. And the Steelers basically scored 28 points in the second half. We only scored 13 points in the second half. So they basically outscored us by 2 possessions in the second half. That's pretty sad, I would just say, just because when you have an early point lead, you don't want to let that lead go. And obviously with Minnesota, this is something that's very familiar with them, where they take a lead and they're unable to keep it. But unfortunately, it's something, I guess, that's the reason we're 6-7 instead of like 10 and 10-3 or 10-3. So, or even like 8-5, a winning record. We could have a winning record right now. I think so. Let's see. Dalvin Cook had 205 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns. He had a very big game. It looks like our offensive line was blocking very good in the run game, so that was something to be proud of. Our defense, this game, to be honest, it kind of, which I already knew this, but it showed our flaws in our defense, because as good as our defense plays in the first half, kind of with the same with our offense, we just somehow just started giving up a bunch of points in the second half. And it was just like, why are we making these mistakes? It's not like, it's just, I don't get it. It's just like, it's almost like a lack of, or like what do they call it? Like, we lose focus, we lose discipline, we just break down in fundamentals as the game goes on, which I don't get, because we clearly have the talent. I don't know, on the defensive side, I would say, obviously our offensive side, I feel like, is more talented. As far as talent, I'm not talking about who's performing better currently. Talent-wise, our offense is way more talented, in my opinion. We have Justin Jefferson, in my opinion, might be currently one of the best receivers in the league. I would even say currently, like, if I'm just being honest, like, currently I believe he's the best receiver. I'm not talking about overall body of work and what they've done. I'm talking about just this year. Just this year purely, I think he's one of the best. I think he's the best. I mean, I don't really, I guess, follow. I know there's Cooper Kupp, he's leading the league, but I definitely don't think he's the best receiver. There's a bunch of other receivers, and he might not have the best route running. He might not have, even his hands. Sometimes I know he drops some passes, especially in the Pittsburgh, this game that happened this Thursday. But I think his ability to, like, make big catches, especially over defenders, to break big yard plays, is just second to none. But at the same time, like I said, with all that talent, somehow we still find a way to be 6-7. And our defense, to me, just showed that, like, at least our offense has talent, which is not a good thing, because we should be doing something with that talent. We have Dalvin Cook, Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen is a good-ass receiver as himself. KJ Osborne himself, even though he is like our third receiver, I feel like he could start on a lot of teams. And in all honesty, I think he led. So he did lead in receiving yards against the Steelers. But I also think that he definitely can get more playing time, especially if, like, he went to another team. He'd definitely be a starter, and sometimes maybe even get a 1,000 receiving yard season at some point. So I definitely think we have a lot of talent on offense. We have Harrison Smith. I know Everson Griffin is currently out. Anthony Barr. We have a lot of players on defense as well. Our secondary, I think, is a little shaky, just because our corners, Patrick Peterson, I would say, does pretty good, but I think he was out this game, and is his first year here. We have a young corners. I think Bashawn Breeland. I don't know who the other one is, but I just don't think that our secondary is that strong other than Harrison Smith and maybe Patrick Peterson. That might be our weakness, to be honest. And we just give up plays like that. Sometimes it's like I said, we just lose discipline, we lose focus, we just like break down in fundamentals or something. I don't know what happens. It's just like we can be playing good the first half, the first quarter, it doesn't matter which, usually the beginning of the game, and somehow it's like as the game goes on, teams just somehow make us break down in fundamentals, break down in discipline, break down in focus. And even on our offensive side, I see that. I just wanted to kind of put the defense on the spotlight, because I feel like a lot of times we just say, "Oh, Kirk Cousins is doing this, oh, blah blah," you know. And I do agree, Kirk Cousins definitely. I mean, he threw 2 interceptions this game, but you know, I think our defense definitely is part of the problem as well, and might even be a bigger problem, to be honest. Obviously, our coaching, I definitely, I would say this game I really didn't have an issue with our coaching. I do feel like we become conservative often when as the game goes on, especially if we have a lead, and it's like we almost start to play scared, which I also think that could be a coaching problem. That definitely is a coaching problem because of the plays that are being called. But I also believe that's kind of our just team mentality in general. It's like we either want to win so badly and we don't play loose, or we just kind of like are almost wishing that we hold on to the lead or we don't lose or we win. It's like execute, you know, and from there what happens happens. But I could almost sense that sometimes we're playing scared, in my opinion. It's like we play nervous, and I don't know, obviously I'm not on the field, I don't know, but that's kind of the vibe I get sometimes when we're leading, and it's like when our backs are against the wall, and all of a sudden we're like free to do what we want. That's kind of what it seems like to me. So hopefully we can figure that out. Obviously, in my opinion, I think Zimmer has to go at the end of the season, even if we make the playoffs. Hopefully we can get a better coach. But I definitely, the more I think about it, I don't think he should fire him in the mid-season, just because even though our season's lost, I don't want us to make a hasty decision, you know. And I mean, our season's not lost. We can still make the playoffs, obviously. But even if we lose some games, I still don't want us to make a hasty decision. I mean, we could, I think, 2 games to go, something like that, which is pretty much the 4 games left. If we're not going to make the playoffs, I think we can maybe promote somebody like I don't know who will be, somebody to head coach, and then try to, in the meantime, be looking for a new coach. But right now, what coaches are currently available that we can take? I don't know of many. So I think we kind of have to either hold it out for a season or kind of wait 2 more games and then think about promoting one of our coaches to head coach. But let's see. I think we play next week. Vikings schedule. Let's see. I think I should know who we play. Is it the Rams? The Bears? Or who do we play? Oh, the Bears. I think we play the Bears. Yes, we play the Bears next week. It looks like December, or this coming Sunday. It's a Monday Night Football game. Oh God, that's gonna be a fun game. So yeah, we play the Bears. Let's see. I think they were 4-8 last I checked, so they might be 4-9 now. Let's get a record. Yeah, they lost to the Packers. Oh, it was a high-scoring game. 4-9. They lost to the Packers yesterday. I think it was yesterday night, actually. So you never know. To be honest, I don't know what we're gonna do. I don't know if we're gonna win that game. I'm really gonna say my prediction is that, you know what, I'll give us that win. I think we hopefully come to play. We win that game, and I would say like 24-10. So actually give us 14 points. I don't want it to be a close game. I actually want us to kind of put them away early. So let's see if I'm right on that. Let me see something else. So we play the Bears. So our last games are the Bears, the Rams, the Packers, and the Bears again. So the Rams and the Packers are a tough team. Hopefully we can beat the Bears twice, which would put us at 8 and is that 8-9? I think that might be 8-9. Because if we lose 2 more games, we'll be 8-9. So at least maybe beat the Packers or the Rams. That would make us a 9-8. If we beat the Bears twice. I'm predicting that we'll finish, in all honesty, I think we'll finish 8-9. So whichever teams we beat, I think we're gonna finish 8-9. Hopefully I'm wrong and we finish 9-8 or 10-7. 10-7 would be ideal. That means we'll have to win all the rest of our games. Let's see if we can do that. I doubt it, just because of how the season has been going. We have been pretty inconsistent, and it's crunch time now. And we're playing the Rams and the Bears. Or the Rams and the Packers. They're definitely going to be pushing for like a top playoff berth. They don't want to, I'm pretty sure they just don't want to. Even though they're probably already in the playoff, they don't want to start losing these games that could determine their seed in the playoffs. So, actually, the Rams are playing right now. They're winning currently 27-13 against the Cardinals. So the Rams are 8-4, pretty good record. Cardinals are 10-2. The Rams are beating the Cardinals. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna beat the Rams. That's gonna be a tough one. If we do, it will be typical of Vikings. We can definitely beat some tough teams. Hopefully, we don't lose to the teams that are not so good. But that's all I really have for today. I know I wanted to make it short. My other co-host couldn't make it. So next week at the Bears, definitely will try to have a longer discussion